Hey, what is going on YouTube? ZK here. So you can see I'm not usually doing my intro this late at night due to obvious reasons, but people sleeping in my house. But yeah, we got we're in Oasis again, and we got some really great friends with us. We got AC Gamer with us.
Hey guys, and welcome back to a new episode.
Tell us about your character, man. What level is your guy now, man?
My guy is level 16. I am playing my Dark Elf Shadow Knight. Do not let the body on the ground over here fool you. I have been told that the only person that has the power to turn a corpse on the ground to another illusion is Sirkin. So thank you, sir. Thank you for trolling me. Definitely appreciate it. It was the coolest thing. I came over here and I was befuddled. I was baffled by the fact that I want to do my own corpse. I have no idea what possessed you to do that, but it was the highlight of my day. It was absolutely hilarious. But yeah, that is just the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, man. I guess that's what you get, AC. I'm just kidding, man.
Yeah, well, I was when he did that. I was actually on my cleric when I saw that because I came over here to transfer some items, and for a minute there, I thought I might load onto my cleric and be a wood elf female from now on. So, yeah, that was definitely a thing. He might actually do that one day, because he's fun like that. I definitely appreciate his humor. It's right up my alley. But that was just crazy. I don't know what to say to that. I'm hoping he didn't do that to all my corpses, because I can only imagine what's going on with those bodies in those different zones. Oh my god, the nerds on this server are going to have a field day.
Yeah, they are. We also have Cypher Deck with us tonight.
Hello everyone, this is Cypherdeck. I'm playing Bregas. He is a level 19, almost 20 cleric.
Let me ask you something, Cypher.
Yeah.
How do you like playing the cleric from your bard, man?
Wow, that's hard to really say because they're two completely different characters. But the cleric I get to relax. The bard is all go. So I'm definitely glad to relax a little bit.
That's for sure, man. Glad to hear that. That's also some really helpful news, depending on for the people that are new to the server and for them choosing a class that they never played before or something like that, or if they want to switch classes or whatever. I mean, it's really helpful.
Yeah, I think as far as clerics go, it's not an easy job, but it is one that it allows you to relax a little bit more than, say, having to keep mobs stationary while the group tries to break down one at a time, like a warrior.
Button mashing.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, cleric isn't for everybody, man. I mean, I've tried to play cleric back on live and I wasn't very good at it, man. I mean, it's just more than spamming a button and then sitting down and meta. It goes a lot more into detail than that, for sure.
Oh,
Also,
yeah.
Also, we have Duthraka with us, aka Sharon. Tell us about your character, man.
I'm Sharon. No. Yeah, I love my bard. I had a bard for over 16 years on live. I love playing bards. They're the most versatile class in the game. Doesn't matter who's in the group, there's a song that matches that combo. And they aren't really that beefcake, but they make everybody in the group with them beefcake. So it's fun. I love it.
That's awesome, man. What level's your bard now?
She's 20, and I'm trying to get her to 30 so I can catch up to everybody else.
You also got a really cool song recently. You also got Mana Song, man.
Yeah, I'm actually playing that right now.
Thank you very much.
That's awesome, man.
And that's why.
But yeah, I mean, we're just goofing off around in Oasis. Just kind of relaxing. We're thinking about going to Unrest, so I mean, I'll let you guys know if we do go to Unrest. And once I get my Feign Death, we'll be sure to check out some different places. But we're just trying to get my level right now, and also trying to get some more experience and.
Yeah, well, if I end up getting bored, I'll end up pulling all the orcs, so you're forewarned.
Well, ZK might actually be able to handle that. I mean, you are really the most uber monk I have ever met at low level or high level. I mean, your gear is just amazing. So I think you
Yeah,
could do it. I
that-
think you could pull the whole Orc Highway and get away with it.
Probably.
Well, it's what was it? 86 orcs, I think it is.
Now, I know, guys, a lot of you out there at this level are trying to weigh the balance between where to hunt for experience and where to go for loot as far as money, because you have to buy your next level spells. And at this level, you level pretty quickly. And if I can say level any more in there, I probably will try to fit it in. But yeah, it's kind of difficult to afford all those spells. I have to tell you, having these orcs drop as much as they drop, even the crap weapons, the rusty weapons that only give you like 5 or 6 gold a piece depending on your charisma, is still pretty nice because you have literally right there, you can see it right down there, a gypsy camp that you can sell to. It's not very far to run, and that's pretty freaking rare to have something so close by that you're able to actually sell to. So
And they will sell to anybody, so keep that in mind as well. No matter what race you pick. We also got a crypt mommy coming, guys.
yeah, that's fantastic. So you can actually sell some of your stuff. Have you done that yet? Have you gone over there to sell?
No, I'm a monk. I don't pick up stuff, man.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Just keep in mind that while you're leveling, you have to keep it on the level, because if you're not level, it'll be unlevel.
Right. But yeah, I think I earned close to 60 plat the other night that we were here for, I think, an hour or 2 hours. It probably did help the fact that nobody, even after repeated requests to loot bodies, wanted to loot any of the bodies. So I was getting 60, 70% of the corpses that spawned, and Hydros was getting the other percent because nobody else wanted any of them. So yeah, keep that in mind that if you're in a group and everybody's looting, evenly, you may not make that much within that amount of time, but if you're also in a group where everybody wants to just let you have it, you can make close to 100 platinum pretty easy if you're willing to run back every so often and sell your stuff.
For sure, man. And I think these orcs, don't they drop the orc scalps as well?
I didn't.
They don't.
I was gonna say I didn't get any.
I was gonna say they used to. I'll look at that.
Oh, yeah.
There's a necromancer that are killing the specters. That's pretty cool.
Oh, somebody finally over there. For a little while there, nobody was there, but that's kind of rare. Usually that place is, perma camp for sure.
Yeah. Also, with that specters, they're pretty good money. They drop gems. They also drop regular sites that'll sell for 12 plat a piece, and you just go right over there back to the gypsy camp and sell, and then come back, and you're pretty good to go.
Exactly.
Rinse and repeat. And if you need a bank, just gate.
Have you done that with your characters, with your shaman?
Yeah, I did that when I was level 46, 47, something like that. It was in the mid 40s.
Whirling, what does this con do?
Blue?
Can you try to pull above blue?
Why is that?
I could try.
I'm not getting any XP for these.
What level are you?
I'm 20.
Oh, wow. You guys are pretty high. Let me check, see if High Pass or Guck is camped.
High Pass had 3 people in it when I ran.
Hey guys, can I do a shout out real quick?
Oh, definitely.
Go for
I
it.
see the moon's up there. I want to just shout out to our cat brothers who we'll see in, I don't know, a few years maybe, never. The moon's riding high, and our cat brothers that we don't know about yet.
Oh, you mean Lucklin?
Last year.
That would be never. That would be absolutely
know.
never.
I know,
Not gonna happen.
But we know that they're
sucks,
there.
'cause I love being a fast year partner.
I did not like that expansion at all, and I did not like the expansions that came afterwards. I didn't like my green eggs and ham at all, guys.
Me either. But I saw the moon up there. It was nice and high, so I figured I'd go ahead and say hello to our kitty friends that we'll never see.
They are lonely little cats, but they have it better off.
Actually, there's our cat people already. There's on Kara Island. There's
Well,
cat
yeah,
people. But
and we won't get to play them though. We won't get to. I mean,
Yeah.
we can go kill those kitty cats. I mean, they
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with never playing those guys. If they bring those things back, they might as well bring back the instances and just stick a coffin or
Yeah.
stick the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, the instances pretty much were the worst. I mean, they tried they tried real hard. They gave barbs actual jobs to do in groups, and it just was not good. It wasn't a good deal that was going on there.
I think they were the answer to the solution of overpopulation on a server. Because you got to
Yeah.
remember, when the game first came out, guys, it was insanely popular.
Hold on. The answer to the solution?
Yeah, well, you guys know what I mean. It's late. But no, I mean, it was insanely populated. So much so that because I was playing hardcore, I didn't really have a problem with it. But you could log on, and you might have to wait 6, 7, 8 hours to be able to find a group. It was just insane.
Yep.
Not a lot of people who didn't play hardcore wanted to put up with that. So they had a lot of complaints of people who were just like, why can't I find something? If I go off and try to solo, which is usually the leftover stuff that groups don't want, I still can't find a place to hunt because there's so many people soloing every spot. Literally, like this Orc Highway. It looks like it's random. It looks like the creatures are roaming from one side to another, and that's true, they are, but they do have a dedicated spawn point at which they pop. Imagine this entire area right here. Somebody's sitting on each and every single one of those dedicated spawn points and literally camping that orc for the duration. That's kind of how it was. And so coming up with instances was their way of fixing the problem of not enough mobs to go around for too many people. But it didn't work. It killed all the groups because everybody was like, why would I go and hunt in a zone that's overpopulated, and they all are, when I can go and create an instant? And all of a sudden, all the zones were dead, nobody was going to them, and people were getting loot left and right. It killed the market, it killed the zones, it killed the groups, and eventually, in my opinion, it killed the game. So,
Oh,
Yeah, for sure. And also, I'm not bashing Planes of Power, but it killed porting. So there, in Planes of Power, there would be no dialogue.
Hold on. Instances came in after Planes of Power. Quite
Yeah.
a bit after.
yeah, Lost Engine and Norath is what I was talking about.
Yeah, I was just referring. I was just saying in general, man. I was just saying in general, Planes of Power and all those expansions that followed after Valley, it killed the game. But
Planes of Power was actually really good in my opinion because
I quit
I
Planes of
couldn't
Power.
So did
stand
I.
him to pay 1,000
Yep.
plat to some dude just to click a button and port me from here to there.
I could because it brought the community together. I mean, if you don't have to pay that guy for the port, you never meet him. You don't meet him, you don't develop that relationship with him because you don't need a port. You don't need to be nice to druids, you don't need to be nice to clerics, and it doesn't bring the community together. In fact, it forces them apart because now you can get around all by yourself. And this game is not really about that. It's about making that connection with other people through sheer force. I mean, that's what this does at every step of the way. It forces you to group with people because you can't group by yourself. It forces you to have a group because you don't want that long corpse run. And even if you do have a long corpse run, a lot of the time you can't get your body back by yourself.
Right.
Yep.
When you're forced to run 3 zones to get to a bank, then 3 zones back, just to pick up 1,000 plat to give to a greedy druid, just to get a port to get your corpse. Yeah, I like Planes of Power thing.
You're right. It does suck in those instances where it's really expensive and it takes
Well,
time and all that other stuff. But the
af-
alternative is not worth it. The alternative
Also-
kills the game.
They got rid of corpse runs during those expansions, man. So there really was no corpse runs. I mean, you could literally die and you still have all your gear, man. I mean,
That
there's
was that was also after Planes of Power.
I just remember Planes of Power had the cemeteries for the first time.
Can
Where-
you cure rabies, man?
No, I cannot.
Yep.
I keep thinking of my
Wasn't
cleric.
talking to you.
Hey, I just got done playing my cleric. Literally, just like 20 minutes ago, we were playing our cleric or our mains over in Kazakh Thul. So I still have the mindset of a cleric, which is why I'm sitting down and I'm a full power. I'm unbelievable. I have no idea what I'm doing on this character right now.
And there you go. Should be good.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem.
But, you know, it's weird me saying that I didn't like the instances because at the time I absolutely loved them. On my server, I had the #1 ranking on the leaderboard for like 4 weeks straight during the initial launch. Didn't get any sleep. I literally sat there and played the game all day, every day for close to a month, only getting about an hour or 2 of sleep a night. And I was #1 for both the winning and the most losing number of matches in those instances. So
So in other words, you were number one for no life.
yeah, exactly. But I had a great time doing it until I realized I actually poked my head out of the new expansion and looked around the old zones, and I think that's why I got to see the view that I had, because everybody else had been kind of like peeking in, doing those, and going back to the old zones. I literally stayed away from the game apparently for like an entire month just doing those, and when I came back out, all the old zones were dead. Everybody was already used to it, and I was like, what happened? You know, like, when did this happen? Why is nobody in these zones anymore? Why is nobody camping these names? And they're like, well, the instances you get better loot. You can do it solo or with just a few people, and yeah, it was rough. It was a rough time.
Yeah,
I stopped shortly after.
Yep.
I didn't like
Yeah.
the instances either, but Planes of Power I definitely liked, because it gave a place for end game people to go instead of, you know,
I
competing camps with low levels.
Yeah, but see, that's their excuse for every expansion that came out.
Yeah.
Is that they're always going to have people who are far behind, and then they're going to have the people who are far ahead. And by bringing out expansions, you're helping those people who are ahead, but hurting those people who are behind.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think
for
they
sure.
I think they really need to concentrate on the group that gets lost in between. They always try to create more in-game stuff, and it's usually all raid. I think they need to stop creating more levels, stop creating the higher cap, stick with the cap that they have, and instead of creating more stuff for raiding, which usually already has plenty of stuff to go around, create more stuff for the groups. Because for me, there's a lot of people out there that don't do raiding at all. And they get a lot of enjoyment out of just grouping with their friends, getting some better gear from time to time, but just exploring different zones and seeing what they have to offer. And those people just get lost in the shuffle. They're like, if you're not hardcore raiding, we don't care. You're not in game, basically, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
And that could be an expansion all of its own. Just create another continent that's all high level, good stuff, but, you know, nothing raid worthy, but just another
There's-
Seb. Another Seb.
there's-
Seb is awesome.
There's an idea for you, Sirkin. Write that down.
Oh, I think they're listening to
He's
me.
not gonna do anything about
was-
that.
Yeah, they're not
I was
listening to
just-
me on that one.
I was just kidding.
Yeah, I spitball when I play games. If you guys have ever watched any of my Let's Plays, I'm always thinking of what they could have done more or what they could have done differently. Doesn't necessarily mean they could have done it better. It's just that's the way my brain works. I'm always, dissecting a game, always thinking of new things they could add to it. I do know on TerraTech, I was mentioning a while back that I really wish they would have added color blocks to it so I could create, shapes and designs within my shapes and designs that look like something else, so it's a bot, but it may have like a pumpkin face or something just because of the color alone. And they eventually are now adding it into the game, so apparently a lot of other people wanted that as well. And I thought that was kind of cool that you could touch base with a developer like that and they listen to what people were talking about, listen to what they're...
Now let me ask you something, AC. Weren't you talking to? Didn't you write something on their video one time and they commented back saying what a great idea or something? Wasn't that game that you were talking about?
They have done, several things like that in the past. The more recent one was where they twittered out, on their Twitter feed or whatever. And they kind of gave my channel a little spotlight there and stuff. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's-
that's cool.
it's amazing. It's nice to be able to actually touch base with the devs and just kind of pick their brain a little bit, even if it's just to talk to them. And not even try to get them to go in any direction. Just see what they're doing and what they're thinking, and just thank them, as personally as you possibly can for all the time that they put into the game. For this one, we actually saw Sirkin the other night over in East Common Tunnels. I haven't uploaded that video yet, but
Yeah, that was really cool, man. I don't know what he was doing there, but whatever you were doing there.
I think he was getting a tattoo of his keyboard on his face. No, he must have been busy with something because he didn't reply. He just kind of sat there. And usually, if you watch his stream, if a lot of people get in front of him, he'll just take off running or go to another zone somewhere. But he was sitting inside the East Common Tunnels, like the worst place to film anything. But then the next day, he's over here changing my corpse into this really hot woman that I want to lay next to. Oh wow! How many did you get, man?
A couple.
Yeah,
Rating.
Get on the priest. It's a healer.
It's all good.
For the warrior.
It's all good. Don't even waste your mana on roots. We got this.
I would still be careful. I mean, I know that ZK is super buffed, and we got a really good cleric with us. But still, you know, it doesn't hurt to pay, or it doesn't pay to be careless. And
It's healing.
I'm glad you skipped the one person. I'm mezzing them, man. We're good.
you say so, man. You say the one person who says that is the person who's wearing absolutely no armor and is almost as butt naked as my corpse.
Hey, it's all good to me.
Now let me ask you something, AC. How do you like playing your Shadow Knight over your cleric, man? Is it a big change for you?
That's two questions there. One is how do I like it, and the other one is it a big change?
Yeah.
It's hard to say which one I like more because I love both of them equally. But is it a big change? Yeah, it's massively different from one another. Like, you know, Cypher Deck was saying back there. As a cleric, you sit down. That's really all you ever do. You see one angle of a room, maybe a couple angles if you turn your camera angle around, maybe look around and kind of change things up a little bit. But you're in the same room. That's the only thing you're ever going to see for 8, 9, 10 hours. As a Shadow Knight, you're the one pulling for the most part. Once I get Feign Death, you know, I'm gonna be out there pulling and stuff, especially if ZK's not here. If you have a monk, the monks usually tend to be the ones who pull because they have a better Feign Death than you do. But
so it's basically like going from a bard to, say, an overweight cleric.
no, I don't.
Different.
I've never really explored playing a bard, to be honest. I have a level 2 bard, which I play when I'm soloing, which is almost never when you guys aren't on. That's when I'll play that guy, and since I only play when you guys are on, I never really get to play him. But yeah, I don't really know the subtle differences of playing a bard, so I can't really comment on that one. But as far as Shadow Knights go, I adore their class because they do get to explore more of the zone, and I found, for those of you who might want to try playing a melee class, who play a caster or a healer, who kind of sit in the back and never really get to explore, I found that when you start to understand how the mobs need to be pulled and the rooms that you're pulling from, you start to anticipate the puller's actions, and you become a better healer, you become a better caster because of it.
That's for sure.
Real quick, could you pull him a little bit closer to Brigus, because I want to make sure that my mana song keeps hitting him?
Okay. Yeah, sorry about that.
Not a problem. And Brigus, you tell me if I'm right about that.
I'm dispelled. Bastard got my spirit of wolf.
About how bards are. They're basically every class thrown together.
I got like 3.
Pretty much, except for the Fate Death, which would be overpowered.
Oh yeah, if they get Fate though. So.
Yeah.
Oh, and we got another. Oh boy. Oh boy.
No, we're fine.
Got another what?
Crit mummy.
Got a mummy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm rooting these two orcs real quick.
My mend is down.
It's alright, I'll take aggro for a little while, or maybe I won't.
Yeah,
I was gonna say I was gonna grab it.
I got you.
Your mend is down, and so is your hit points.
I got my fungi on. It's all right.
And this is just after we said he could take the whole zone, and we're worried about 4 mobs. I think we're still doing just fine.
No, leave the mummy. Get the priest.
Nah, he's almost already dead. We've already got him down to 70%.
70 is almost dead.
With 2 hits, yeah. I mean, 70 is like 6, 7 hits, and he's gonna be gone. And the amount of time it took me to explain that, he's already dead.
I think you're seeing things.
Because he's already dead, yeah. So what do you guys think of this area? Do you guys like it? Do you prefer Crocs, or do you like the orcs?
I like the orcs, except when the only things I don't like about the orcs is the priest they dispel. So if you have Spirit of Wolf, they're gonna dispel it either way.
You had to say dispel, and he just dispelled me.
I'm just saying, man. And they also heal, so you gotta slam them and you gotta stun them and mess them or whatever, man, so they don't get that heal off.
Yeah.
Especially if they're a dragon or whatever, or mod that complete heals in the end game. They will actually complete and heal themselves, and that's not good. Especially if your raid has been at it for like a couple hours, man, and you're already tired as is, and then that mob complete heals. You gotta start all the way over again, and it sucks.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people watching really kind of understand how long a raid mob takes to die. You know, you're talking 20, 30, you know, sometimes more to kill a mob. Just fighting that one mob, that's all anybody's doing. And they are literally giving it everything they got. Chain healing, you know, slowing, and they're doing it on cue and making sure that the buffs that they casted before the fight are actually rebuffed during the fight so they don't wear off, you know, and kill somebody.
Yeah, as you can see, in a couple of my videos, the Arianar video, she does a mana drain, and so like if you're a shaman or an enchanter, you gotta debuff them, and then 15 seconds you gotta get out, or you're gonna drain all your mana, and you're gonna be SOL because it lasts a couple minutes, man.
See, that's rough.
Yeah, and the raid leader will call, get out, go back in, get out, and try to slow whatever, and it's just a pain in the ass with that dragon.
But I mean, it's really with any raid mob, there is a learning curve. Like, you have to know how to fight that guy, and once you know how to do it, it becomes a little bit easier. But keep in mind, guys, that raids are supposed to be the most challenging thing in the game. They're supposed to be the ones that take you months to figure out and months to get the items that you're actually looking off of those, to give you something to do, to give you that challenge, that next step to go towards.
For sure, man.
Are there any raids that you guys are trying to get right now? Or maybe you shouldn't give that information out, but is there any items that you're going for that you're kind of hoping to get?
Well, that depends on the dragons we kill, and the mobs we kill. There's a dragon that Lady Marinella in TOV that drops the Shawl of Perception that I've been kind of after. And it's a shoulder slot that has like 15 wisdom on it and 100 mana and stuff. It's pretty nice, and it's tradable, so you can sell it eventually.
Nice. And while he's medding up, I'm gonna run over here and sell real quick.
Yeah, look at you, man. You're you're literally walking.
I am 199 pounds out of 94.
Jesus, man.
So I've eaten just one too many cupcakes, guys. Just one too many. Those bloomin' onions, man. Sirkin, he put them on my corpse.
He's gonna get revenge again,
man. Oh, man. If he turned my corpse into a chick, I can only imagine what he's gonna do next time.
That's gonna be hilarious, man.
But no, I love what they do to the game. I love what you know, the fact that they're willing to donate their time freely to a game like this, because they just, you know, enjoy it so much. And he doesn't even get to play it anymore because there's too many people who will, you know, call out, oh no, he got the best loot because, you know, he's a GM, or he knew when the dragon was gonna spawn because he knew the coding. I'm like, dude, just let him play, right? I mean, yeah. I'm sure he would love to.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, man.
I was gonna say just let him do his GM thing, man. He doesn't get paid for it, man. He's doing it out of his own time. Just let him do what he wants, man. You know, and what he's told to do by the creator of the server, man.
With how much they put into this game, who cares if he has the best gear? Let him have it.
Well, right? You know, you always have people out there who want to be the ones who earn it, and I guarantee you, you know, it feels, you know, a lot better to earn the gear than it is to be just given the gear. But, you know, I just kind of wish that he could play it, you know, because I've heard him talk about where he's, you know, yeah, he's played it, he's done with it, he doesn't really need to play it because he gets his enjoyment from doing the server part. And maybe that's completely true, but somewhere in the back of my mind, I have to wonder if, you know, maybe he actually does want to play. You know, he's just not allowed to because of all the people out there who give him a hard time about it. And I just kind of, you know, think that's kind of a shame that there's people out there like that, you know?
Plus, people would say, Sirkin's in my guild, and he's not in your guild, haha, we got the GM power, blah, 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 and we're gonna rule the server, basically. But people will be just like that. There's people like that on this server, man.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of reasons why he doesn't do it. There's so many out there that could take advantage of it and try to intimidate other guilds and things of that sort, but I just wish, you know, like the world was a little bit better off, you know, better place, and he was able to take advantage of, you know, what he actually has going for him, so.
Yeah, for sure. Now, keep in mind that some of that gear that Sirkin does have is not even attainable in this game right now, man. It's because it's because he's a GM, man. Some of that is just GM only gear.
Oh yeah, for sure. And some of it's really, really cool. In fact, I kind of show off what the names of them are. I can't really see what the stats are in this game unless you're actually wearing it yourself. But I show off
Yeah.
what some of the names of the gear are that he's wearing, and it looks pretty freaking sweet. Like, just coming up with ideas of what the names might mean. And you were saying that some of the gear actually helps him get around the game.
Yeah, it does. Because that GM video I did, I had some of that GM armor because I was the only one on the server, and I was the only GM at the time on that server. Well, playing it at that time anyway. And some of the stuff is really similar, but it's not all the same, So I mean, they each have different abilities. Some of them he can remove players, he can kick people at the server anytime, or go invisible, whatever he needs to do.
Right. Or change people's corpse into a woman.
Yeah.
They're god clickings, basically.
A
Yeah.
hot naked woman laying on the beach.
Or he can death touch somebody just randomly because he wants to.
What about you, Cypher? Have you ever thought of being a GM or a guide?
No. I see how much work it is, and I don't think I could take that
Right?
kind of responsibility.
Yeah, I don't think so either, man.
Especially, I mean, it's not that Sirkin can't play, because he could play under an anonymous tag and not record it and do all that if he wanted to, I believe. I mean, I know GMs to actually play an actual character, but he works so hard and spends most of his time in game helping us that he doesn't really have the time to do it.
Yeah, I could imagine that. He's, he has a real job as well, and then he does this for just hours. Like, I've seen the videos, and I can only imagine the videos are like less than 1% of the actual time he spends on the server doing what he does, and putting up with so much like petty stuff, so many bickering about, hey, I lost this, and somebody stole the bomb from me. Can you do something about it?
That's
Right,
why I stopped GMing on live.
Or somebody that stupidly deletes an item and then he refunds it, man, because it's the kindness out of his heart. Man.
I was gonna say, I think that is just
Mommy.
over and above and beyond, doing, great stuff for the server. Like, I could understand refunding somebody's character if they happen to delete the entire thing by accident, like what happened with Super Bits and Bob.
Yeah.
But to like refund just items if somebody, mistakenly gets rid of it is just an amazing thing, the fact that they take that time. But no, I was kind of referring to the people who kind of bicker about, oh, I had this camp and somebody came over here and stole it because these people weren't getting along, and so on and so forth like that. It just seems like you should work it out. Even he tells you on his videos, or try to work it out with the other guy. And if the other guy is being uncooperative, then he's going to pay for it when he shows up, right?
Yep.
But if you're
Right.
both being idiots,
What
and you're
in the
both
world
not,
are you doing, man? I have no mana.
Holy crap.
yeah, that's not going to be a good pull.
We're fine. We're fine.
If you say so, man.
Do you still have clarity, Cypher?
I don't know. It's been gone for a while.
Why didn't you let me know, man?
Didn't want to stop. I mean, we're doing good here.
Just make sure to assist Whirling Fists, and we'll be fine.
I'm just healing.
Now, I'll tell you what. Playing a monk from a shaman, totally two different ballparks, man. The monk is just amazing, man. Just so much DPS, so much pulling, man. It's a change. It's different, and I love it. I love it.
Oh, I bet. Because, I mean, with your monk, what do you find that you do the most often? In groups, maybe not raiding, but in groups. Do you find that you sit down and just cast spells, or do you find that you are up there and actually using your melee weapons?
Monks don't cast spells, man.
No, not your monk, your shaman.
Oh, yeah. Well, in endgame, I don't really solo much unless there's nothing going on, or the guild chat is just kind of quiet, man, and I just go over there and solo. But if I'm not soloing, then I'm always slowing something or getting tank groups together and stuff and killing the tanks as best as I can. But for a monk, man, I mean, I'm just always always going up there, throw my range weapon, and then since I don't have Feign Death yet, I mean, I'm always going up there and whacking just everything, man, and it's just really nice.
Right.
Also because I don't have to, I don't have to try to slow something and then get out every 15 seconds.
Right.
I have no mana.
Alright, hold on. I was gonna say hold on, don't attack yet, but
All right, remez it. Stop attacking.
It started now.
Well, no, that was a life
That
tap.
was a light tap.
Yeah.
you were down to 2, we're doing fine.
It's fine. We'll just let him
Well,
get some mana.
Yeah.
Just keep him mez, man.
Well, as soon as you have enough to give me 1 heal, I'm gonna start cycling. Thank you.
Now, where?
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say. That we're doing awesome.
Where do you like to level for higher ups? For once we get past Oasis, where do you
Oh,
think
boy,
you will?
this is
That's
not
why
good.
I didn't want you to attack yet.
I'm gonna try to get it off you.
Oh, I can get it off. Is that what you're trying to do?
Oh, he's dead.
Why
Are you
did
back?
you attack when he was still out of mana?
I thought you were good with 1 heal, man. That's why I did that.
No, I said when he threw 1 heal, I was gonna start cycling so I could throw in Mana Song.
Oh, my bad, man.
Yeah, I took that the wrong way too. I thought when you said one heal, we'd go ahead and attack it. So that was my
Yeah.
bad on that one as well. But
I made sure not to say attack.
this is probably a good place for pickles.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Also, I want to give out a shout out, right quick to Hydro Sync. He's not with us. He's kind of snowed in right now, so it's snowing pretty bad and pretty bad weather in his area. So just want to give you a shout out, man. We're praying for you. Make sure you're all right, man. If you like these videos, hit that like button, comment, subscribe. If you guys want to give a shout out to your guys' channel, that'd be cool.
No, guys, I'm AC Gamer, and I want to thank you again for coming out. We definitely appreciate it, and we love your butts.
Let me ask you something, AC. What kind of game? What's the current game you're currently playing right now, man? Besides Everquest.
That's a long list. That's a very long
It is
list. Fallout 4, TerraTech, EverQuest 2, Star Trek Online, Dungeons and Dragons, Neverwinter. Oh crap! I'm forgetting some. Underrail. Jeez, what am I forgetting here? Like 5 other ones. So yeah, a little bit of everything, guys. A little bit of everything.
Sims 4.
Sims 4. Yeah, there we go. Or Sims 3. I think it was Sims 3.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right.
And yeah, there's still like 3 more that I'm forgetting. I can't believe it. But yeah, there's like 15 games I'm playing at the moment. So little bit of every genre except for city buildings. I don't have any Sim Cities or anything like that just yet.
Dude,
I'm looking for a good one.
I remember SimCity, man. That was the best game ever, man.
I love it, man. I love SimCity games. I just didn't like the last one that was all online.
No, I'm talking about the first SimCity, man.
Oh yeah, 95 or whatever. SimCity. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
That's
the one where you could hear like the ambulance, and you'd have that one lady that came on. She'd like, "Burn, baby, burn," and it was literally a disco that was on fire.
That's great.
It's not a Sim City, but City Skylines is definitely awesome.
Yeah, I was thinking of that one or the other one where you take over the like the Cuba one or something. I can't remember the name on that one, but that one's pretty cool. But I wanted something more recent, something that just came out, preferably an indie that might have something new to the genre that other people haven't seen already.
Also, guys, we have Cypher Deck with us tonight. We have Cypher Deck. He plays a lot of games too. Tell us what kind of games you're playing, man.
So I'm playing EverQuest, of course. EverQuest 2. I'm also doing the Red server with role-playing a Dark Elf with you all. I have Skyrim. I have Grow Home. I also have... I don't know. I have a few games that I'm adding to my roster so that I can give you guys more games to watch and maybe go out and play yourself.
There you go. That's always fun. Well, that's our Dude Rock with us, aka Dark Dragon. Tell us what games you're playing, man.
I play EverQuest, Star Trek Online, Civilization 5, Diablo 3, Faster Than Light, bunches.
Oh, how do you like Star Trek Online, man? I've heard some good things about it. I've heard some bad things about it.
The quest line is kind of meh, but I love flying around in my ship and shooting everything.
That's always fun, man. All right, guys, and until next time, I've been ZK, and we're heading out, man.
Like,
Subscribe.
Follow.